Hi there, it's a Saturday morning and I'm back on this this Yamaha 01V96i. There's the bottom case and the main board and the power supply board and the transformer. It's quite complex. And this is the top half here. These are incredibly difficult to work on because this is where the problem lies here in this top panel board. Channel 9, 10, and also the right stereo out, which is this one here. There's a problem with that circuit here. Right stereo two track out. So you count the pots: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I had a problem with 9 and 10. I've replaced capacitors here with these here, and now I've just got a problem on channel 10, but I have replaced all the capacitors. I've gone over everything in that channel statically, because obviously you can't possibly work on this with power on it, because look, there's all the connectors that go to the main board, which is there. You can't possibly work on this open. I haven't found a way. There might be a special technique Yamaha uses with extender cables or something, but yeah, it's difficult to work on one of these. So what I'm having to do is test these components statically. I'm trying to find out where the fault is. Now these capacitors here, you can see with the gold writing on, they were all faulty, and it did the trick for channel 9, but 10 is still faulty. I've no idea what it is going on here, because all the capacitors are fine on that. So really I'm getting down to, what do I do now? I think I could replace these chips, these no, they're not NE, they're 4570 SMD op amps, dual op amps. I could replace those just to see whether it works, and what I could do is replace one with a channel adjacent to it which is actually working, swap them over. So I can do that, that's a possibility. But all of these come out to this connector here, which goes onto this board here, and you've got the underneath this screening probably, you've got the A to D circuit, and you've got AD converters here as well. So these components here as well might be suspect. So I'm going to check all these capacitors now here as well, just in case, because it looks as though if you look at the diagram, I've printed a diagram out here. It didn't come up very large. It's a 2-track side. Here we go. As you hopefully you'll be able to see there is input 10, which is the problem, and you've got the inserts as well. Somebody commented on one of my videos that you know, check these insert jacks, because sometimes they need to be closed contacts when you pull the jack out, and that can cause a problem. But in this case, no, I don't think that is the case. But I've checked all the jacks and they're all okay. The good thing about this is you can test one channel to another statically. And I've got my fantastic LCR meter here, which has done a sterling job with the capacitors anyway, testing them in circuit, and sometimes you pull them out to make sure. But as you can see here, I've checked all the electrolytics on there. The only thing really left in this circuit, I've checked all the resistors as well. Only thing left in the circuit is the actual op amp itself. It's a dual op amp. You can see the two halves there. I hope this is coming up sharply enough. But yeah, you can get the idea. Those triangles, they're the op amps. So I can swap the op amp over with a channel that's working, just to verify if it's the op amp or not. But if you look here, these are the capacitors there. Let me point them out, because I don't think you can really see this very well. Let's see. It's okay. this electrolytic here was replaced, and this electrolytic here was placed on both units. They were both faulty. So if you sort of trace this through, obviously something seriously bad has been put into the unit, and possibly the insert side as well, because this line here is the insert side. Now this here, you see these here, they go off the circuit to the ADA board, and they enter in through this connector here. So there we go, you have in 9 and in 10, and they go off some more electrolytics there, which I believe are on the board that I pointed out to you. So I'm going to check those as well, and I'm going to put it all back together. And if that, because you have to put it partially together in order to test it. You can't test it obviously open like this. So I'm going to put it back together and check whether it's working. But I'm going to test these op amps first. Sorry, not these op amps. Sorry, I'm going to check the electrolytics first and to see whether they're okay or not. If they're not okay, then it could well be the problem. It looks like there's just one electrolytic there because this one's in 9. So I want to check the electrolytic and the following resistor. So that's C431 because it's channel 10 that's gone. I don't know. Something big must have gone into the inputs there to blow so much. I mean, there's no doubt about it. These electrolytic capacitors here were definitely faulty. So I pulled them out and checked them again out of circuit. They're definitely faulty. So either something has gone in the insert socket or the input that's caused this problem. And to blow a capacitor like that, it must have been quite an input there. So anyway, I'm going to try that. Obviously, then I'll try swapping these op amps over from the adjacent channel that is working. And then, I mean, if that's not working, you've got the op amps here. I think they're probably the same type. They're the 4570s there, dual op amps. Failing that, then you could be looking at one of the DA converters there, or the AD converter, should I say. These AKM chips, and really when it comes to that, I'm not really happy with going much further on this. I would rather replace a board than to go down that route, because I'm doing this unit, I've spent quite some time on it, and I'm doing this estimate free of charge, which you have to do in England. So I'm still in the estimate stage at the moment. Even the channel that I fixed, I'm not going to charge for, and I've already spent out on components. So if I have to buy one of these from Yamaha, it's probably looking about £15-20 for one of these, I would say. And it's going to start mounting up the price. And what if it isn't that? It could be something even further down the line. Whatever went into these channels is quite high voltage, I think. I don't know what it is that's gone in there, but it's done a lot of damage. So obviously, if anyone comments, I've obviously checked these pots and everything. I've checked the jacks. I've checked all the tracks as well. There's no tracks broken, no tracks corroded. The capacitors weren't leaking. So there's nothing corroded on the board. Every connection I've tried, and it's all there. All the EMC filters there are fine. The switch is fine as well, the pad switch. I thought that it might be a problem with that, not closing properly, but it's fine. So yeah, there we go. I'm working through it, and the next video I bring you, hopefully I would have sorted it out completely. But this is a tough one. This is a real tough one. Sometimes you get something that needs switches replaced, keys replaced, something that's not too bad, or a power supply fault. But sometimes you get a real bugger to repair, and this is one of them. And unfortunately, I think that might be a bit of a bugger. That might be a bugger, and also this one here might be a bugger as well. So because they are quite bad. And this amp as well, this Class A amp, I haven't looked at yet. But yeah, there we go. It's the way it goes, really. But as you know, I'm sure I can sort it out. All right, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.